very wonderful idea. And this is to talk about the origin of the holidays. So Christmas. So I'm going to give you the origin and the practice. They're different. Okay? So this will be fun. Okay. So as you know, in the West, there are two major religions, Christianity and Judaism, right? Both people in these religions refer to themselves as the people of the book. The people of the book. What book? Bible. The Bible, yes. So the Bible is composed of two parts. Two parts. There's the Old Testament and the New Testament. Testament as in contract or covenant. You guys got that? An old contract. And the Christians say the old contract was replaced with a new contract. So this is the Old Testament. Famous characters in the Old Testament. Moses, right? Pharaoh. All of the biblical prophets, right? Famous people in the New Testament is Jesus and
Joseph.
Mama Mary, Mother Mary. Yes. The 12 apostles. Who else? Famous in the New Testament. The Apostle Paul, right? And Peter. Yes, St. Peter and the Apostle Paul. Okay, so we have two contracts, two laws. And both of these are religions. Religions are different from nations. Nations are a bloodline of people. For example, Vietnamese people have a common ancestor, right? You're all related by blood. You're all related by blood. You all own a common landmass, right? The Vietnamese landmass, right? So what makes it a nation? The bloodline, the landmass, and what else? The language. Wow, that's amazing. Good job. Yes, that's what makes it a nation. Common language, common bloodline, common landmass, common heritage. That means culture, the way you dress, the foods you eat, your commerce, your holidays. Now, I looked at the Vietnamese holidays, and there are very, very many Vietnamese holidays that are what? Astronomical. What's the most famous Vietnamese holiday that's astronomical? Which one? Yes! Lunar New Year's, and what else? The step, right? And what else? Mid-Autumn Festival. Yes. Okay, guys? So, the origin of Christmas, believe it or not, is also astrological. I'm going to explain it. And it also meaning astrological, not in some religious context. No, I mean nature. So for example, if you were to pull out a farmer's, you guys know farmer's almanac? A farmer's almanac, you open it up and it tells you what to look for in the sky, and it tells you what season it is, when you should plant what plants. You guys know that? Farmer's almanac.
How do you spell it, John? Can you write on the...
Oh man, you put me on the spot. I don't know. Almanac, I think that's it. Farmer's almanac. But check it, Google search it. We don't use this word anymore. Farmer's almanac. It'll tell you when to plant, how to plant, like the moon should be in a certain place when you plant certain types of flowers. So plants that need a lot of sunlight, the moon should be in one place before you plant. Plants that don't need a lot of sunlight should be in another place before you plant them. Okay? This is ancient science, not religion. Okay? Ancient science. And our ancestors all over the world, the indigenous people like us, we use this methodology, okay, this science. So now let's get into the discussion about Christmas. Christmas in the West today is Santa Claus. All right? Most people say Santa Claus. Yeah, Santa Claus. But it's written as Santa Claus. Old Saint Nick, right? Old Saint Nick has its origin in the Middle Ages, okay? In the 1800s, thanks to a company called Coca-Cola, the mid to late 1800s, the Coca-Cola company decided to make Christmas what it is today. They converted it into something where you give gifts. What gifts do you give? Presents, but what else do you give? I'm the Coca-Cola company. What do I want to do? Yes, I want to sell more Coca-Cola, right?
Yeah.
So what am I pushing for the holiday? Yes, give gifts. What are the gifts?
Drinks.
Coca-Cola mainly. This is true. Yes, Coca-Cola Company is what started the tradition of gift giving for Christmas. The main intent was to sell more Coca-Cola. You guys got it? Not religious at all. Not religious at all. Commerce. Commerce. So again, Christmas is said to be what day? Who was born on Christmas? Jesus was born on Christmas. December 25th. Now we're getting into it. Yes, now we're getting into the astrology. Who is Jesus? Who is Jesus in the Bible? Yes. Wow, how do you know this? He's the Son of God. Or what's another name for the sun in the sky? You guys know the word orb? Orb? Orb is a disc. So when you look in the sky, the sun is just a circle, right? It's an orb or a disc. It's where? In the sky. What's another name for sky? What? Celestial. But before you get to the celestial, lower, what do we call it? Begins with the H. E.
Heaven.
Heaven. So where is Jesus? Jesus in heaven. Where's the sun? In heaven. It's all in heaven, right? So, now listen to this one. The Son of God. S-O-N. In modern English, S-O-N. In German, Old German, S-O-N. Sun. S-O-N is the orbit in the sky. In Old German. You guys get it? You see it? In Old German, this spells the sun in the sky. Yes, the sun in the sky, the orbit in the sky. Okay? In modern English, American English, S-O-N is the male gender child. You guys got it? See it? Are you sure? How do we spell this one? S-U-N. So the S-O-N in Old German and the S-U-N in modern English is the same. Orbit in the sky. You guys get it so far? Yes? Clear, right? Now, what else can we do? Listen to this. In the medieval times, there's something called lazy O. Lazy O. People would spell sun this way. This is in English. They spell sun with an O, and then sometimes with a U. Lazy O. You guys get it? So the sun, male gender, and the disk in the sky, same.
What if somebody is a girl?
So Jesus is the Son of Man. Jesus is the Son of God, right? You guys got it? Now listen. In ancient times, before there ever was Christianity, the orbit in the sky called the sun, sun, said to be an orbit or a disk. You guys got it? This is where the concept of the circle of life comes from. The circle of life. Why is that? The sun is required for what? Life. The sun is required for life. So if you're in the West during winter time, it's cold. In the middle of winter, December 22nd, there's about 17 or 18 hours of night. All right? And only, 24 minus 17, only maybe 6 or 7, maybe 8 hours a day. It is very cold, so there is really no plant life growing. You guys got it? Things are not living in the winter. But when springtime comes, the snow melts, the ice melts, things begin to what? Grow again. Why? Yes, the number of hours of sunlight is increasing. So therefore, the temperature is getting warmer. So therefore, life is coming back. You guys got it? So this is where the concept of the circle of life comes from. All right? So, I want to get into the fun part now. Can someone clear this for me? I want to show you the fun part. Yes. So we're going to get into December 25th now. Okay? Where does December 25th come from? This stuff is so much fun. Okay, so here we are. So every year, 365 days, the sun is said to have its orbit. So it'll start here. Well, actually, it starts, the natural beginning of the year is springtime. So that's going to be somewhere around March 19th or 21. So the sun supposedly makes a full rotation around this orbit or path in 365 days. You guys got it? So let's call this right here. This is 0 degrees on the Earth's equator. You guys got that? Let's say this is the Earth. All right? This is the what? Spring equinox. At 0 degrees. 0 degrees is always the equinox. I'll explain that. Here, this is the fall equinox. So equinox. What root word do you see in there? What root word do you see?
Equal.
Equal, yes. Equal. Equal. Equal what? Equal what? Yes, at 0 degrees the equator, this is the Earth. At 0 degrees, what's happening at the equator? Here we go. There's 12 hours of daylight at the equator and 12 hours of night. So 12 and 12. Okay? Does 12 equal 12? Does 12 equal 12, yes or no? Okay, so yes. Is equality justice? Is equality justice?
Mấy cái hình trong sách đấy.
Yes or no?
Excuse me. Can I ask this?
Yes.
Okay, now, can chị give the fact of
12 equals 12, that's justice, right? So let me ask you this. This is June 23rd. This is in the northern part of space. Northern part of space, June 23rd. Okay, let's say the sun is here. This is the sun. Okay? This is December 22nd. You see we're getting close, right? This is in the south. The southern part of space. So let me ask you a question. There's 12 hours of daylight, 12 hours of night here. That's justice, right? This is where, in the West, we get the concept of justice. You guys got it? What about here? This is summertime, right? June 23rd. How many hours of daylight? Approximately. Maybe anywhere from 15, 16, 17, 18 hours of daylight, right? Yes, more daylight. How many hours of nighttime? Let's just subtract 24. Let's say 6 hours of nighttime, for example. Okay? 6 hours. Let's just say. Let's use the same thing here. In the winter, 18 hours of darkness, 6 hours of daylight. You guys see? It's the what? Is it the same or the opposite? Opposites, right? Opposites. Now let's draw a line from here. And remember, this is the sun on December 22nd. Let's draw a line from here straight down to here. Now, in the Greek language, when the sun is at its highest point in its orbit, which occurs around June 23rd, this is called what? What is this called? What? Christ. That's why you get Jesus Christ, the Son of God. Clear? We're getting to Christmas. I'm going to show you Christmas. Yes, this is the zenith. This is the Christ in the Greek language, Christ. Okay? Down here, this is darkness, right? In the winter, darkness. Right? Up here, it's dominated by light, right? So this is light. So this is the first connection I want you to make. In the West, the concept of dark being bad and light being good comes from this. Okay? Summertime is light. What happens when the sun is directly over your head? At the equator, is there a shadow? No. Do people steal in the light or do they steal in the dark? Stealing, crime. In the dark. Yes. That's why we refer to, let's say the sun is over here. It's coming this way. Is there a shadow here? Will people steal in the dark or will they steal in the light? The dark. This is where that concept comes from. The thief comes at night. You guys got it? That's why they say dark skin is bad. Yes, this is true. And light skin is good. Okay? If there's light, for example, can you learn everything in the light? Can you see to read?
Yes.
Can you see people's expressions? Can you observe and do science in the light?
Yes.
Can you do it in the dark? No. See, this is why darkness is considered to be evil and bad. The light is considered to be, for example, I am brilliant. What does that mean? I'm brilliant. Is that light? Yes, I'm enlightened. See, brilliant, sunlight. Because I know a lot. I'm very good thinking, analytical skills. I'm brilliant. You guys got it? Now, let's take it and apply it. We're getting to Christmas. We're getting to Christmas. Almost there, guys, almost there. All of this is based upon natural phenomena. Natural phenomena. Forget about religion. Okay? Natural phenomena and law. The Judeo-Christian legal system is based on these concepts. Justice. Equality. Right? Now, darkness. Darkness. Evil occurs in the darkness, right? Okay, now let's compound or combine darkness and evil. What do you get?
Devil.
Devil. Who is the devil?
Satan.
Satan the devil. What does Satan mean? In the Hebrew language, what's the meaning of Satan? Opposer. Opposer. Look, this is the Christ on one end of the line. Where is Satan the devil? At the what end? At the opposite end. Satan means opposer in Hebrew. Satan is at the opposite end of Christ. You guys got it? You see it? Yes or no? Yes. This is all it is. Opposite ends of the line. Okay? People do bad things in the dark. This is called lower self behavior. The bad things that people do in the dark. Everyone has the potential to be bad. Okay? But everyone has the potential to do what? Good things, to be enlightened. You guys got it? See it? So this is called higher self and lower self. Christ, Satan the devil. Opposite ends of the line. Clear? Now, December 22nd. This is when the sun is at its lowest point in the southern part of space. Okay, it doesn't get any lower than this. That's why this is called what? The bottomless pit. Yes. The bottomless pit. You guys got it? Now, what happens here? Imagine there's a sundial. This is the sundial, okay? Sundial right here. At December 21st or 22nd, the sundial doesn't move. It doesn't move. It stops moving. December 23rd, it doesn't move. It stops moving. December 24th, it doesn't move. How many days is this?
3 days.
3 days. How many days was Jesus dead in the ground when he went to hell? How many? 3 days. Jesus was resurrected after 3 days. Yes. You guys got it? Because why? Because from December 22nd, 23rd, 24th, the sundial does not move. Every other day of the year, the sundial moves 1 degree. But on December 22nd, no movement. 23rd, no movement. 24th, no movement. 12 o'clock midnight, which is the beginning of December 25th, now the sundial has moved 1 degree. Christ, or Jesus, has been resurrected. Now, what? Yes?
He's trying to explain Jesus with the science phenomenon.
Yes. Yes, that's the point. Science. Jesus is resurrected on December 25th. What holiday do we celebrate on December 25th?
Christmas.
Christmas. You guys got it? Christmas. December 25th. Okay? Astrological. Based on nature. No religion. guys got it?
Yes.
Now what happens next? So remember, the natural beginning of a year is spring. This is the natural beginning. Why? Because life begins to grow. Right? The sun is moving which way? Up. Up is north. The sun is moving north. Here the sun reaches its highest point in the northern part of space. And then it begins to do what? Go down. It begins to fall. And here we have what? Fall. The fall season. You guys got it? Yeah. Fall season. The sun is falling from its highest point in the northern sky until we reach fall, which is somewhere around September, right? Maybe September 1921, something like that. The sun continues to fall southwardly until it reaches its lowest point in the southern part of space, right? Then what happens? It begins to what? Move up, or spring up. It begins to ascend or spring northerly until it reaches what? Springtime. This is where we get spring and fall from. You guys got it? Clear? Now, let's go back here. We need to talk about Saturnalia. Saturnalia is a Roman holiday. Okay? This is funny. Saturnalia. If you look this up on Google in a encyclopedia, it's going to tell you Saturnalia was initially celebrated December 17th. And then it was extended to December 23rd. Does that sound familiar? December 23rd? Familiar, right? What's the sun doing on December 23rd? Not moving. No movement on the sundial. What happens on the 25th? The sun does what? Yeah, it begins to spring up northward. Saturnalia. Christmas comes from Saturnalia, the Roman holiday Saturnalia. Saturnalia, it is so funny. The celebration is a celebration of this. What happens? The sun is moving southwardly. All of a sudden, the sun begins to move which way? Northward. Right? It's going down south. Reaches its lowest point, then it goes up. So what is it saying? The direction has reversed, right? It reverses direction. So during Saturnalia, the Roman holiday, in respect or honor of this natural phenomena of the sun reversing direction, this is what they did. The master of the slave becomes the slave. The slave becomes the master. You guys got that? Anything that's antisocial or illegal is reversed. During Saturnalia, it's now legal. You guys got it? You can break the law, any crime. No matter how terrible, no matter how heinous, everything is reversed. Saturnalia, the Roman holiday. Christmas is Saturnalia. You can check any encyclopedia, it will tell you that. All based in nature. You guys see it? Yes or no? All based in nature. So I just want to show you guys one more thing. So this is the horizon. Okay? Let's say this is the ocean. This is the ocean. All right? That's the ocean. Okay, so here we are. It's 5:45 in the morning. What happens?
Sunrise.
The sun rises. This is the ocean, right? The sun is rising. This is Horus from Egypt, right? You guys remember Horus? Horus.
Goddess.
Yes.
Goddess.
The baby sun god, right? Isis is the mother.
Yeah. Thời đại.
Yes, the father is Osiris. Osiris is the father. Isis is the mother. Horus is the son. Horus is baby Jesus. You guys got it? Yes. But it's mythology, but it's actually this. It's masked, or the story is told as mythology, but this is what it is. You guys got it? Okay, so now, 12 noon. The sun is at its highest point in the sky. What's this called? Every day, the sun is at its what? Zenith, highest point in the sky. Highest point. Highest point in the sky. This is called, they call this the Most High. Why? Because the sun is at its highest point in the sky during the day. It doesn't get any higher than that. You guys got it? This is Jesus as a mature man at age 30 years old. So this is the sun. Here, the rising sun. This is why it says what? The rising sun is our Savior. The rising sun, or baby Jesus, is our Savior, the sun. You guys got it? In the evening, the sun is going down. Sunset. What's happening at sunset? Is it light or dark? Dark. Dark. So when you go back to Egypt, this is Set, Horus' evil brother. Right? Set was dark.
Yes.
Yes. You guys see it? I'm giving you the whole story about Christmas. The whole story. So sun set, it's getting dark. So this is the Father. This is the first Trinity. This is the original Trinity before it was mixed. This is why they say what? The Christian deity is one. The Father, the Son, right? The Father, the Son, and the baby. Right, original Trinity. Clear? But we can go further into Jesus. For example, Jesus, as a full-grown man, started his ministry. What that's saying is that the 12 zodiac signs, when the sun enters into each, is entering at 30 degrees. It exits at 33 degrees. So this is why they say Jesus began his ministry at 30 years old, and it ended at 33 when he died. You guys get it? So this is the nature part of it. So now let's talk about modern times. Modern times. Remember Saturnalia. Okay, remember Saturnalia. So, in our countries in the West, or in the Western world, we celebrate December 24th, which is Christmas Eve, and December 25th, which is Christmas. So people go all out. They go in debt. They don't spend cash money. They buy by credit card. And they go in debt for a whole year or 6 months so that they can buy tons of expensive gifts for their children. Literally, no joke. And they pay for it all year. And so how does that make you feel? Let's say if you've got $10,000 worth of debt and you've got to pay it off. Every month you've got to make a payment and you're not rich. You're just average. How does that feel? Do you have financial pressure? Yes. When do people commit suicide most in the West? When? Christmas, yes, Christmas. They're committing suicide most on Christmas. Okay?
Chị mới biết luôn.
So for some people,
Biết gì?
Christmas is a very happy time. But for most,
Tao quay
it's
mặt
not.
ổng tao không nghe gì á.
All right? Because they suffer. I'm telling you the truth about
Để tặng
about
quà
the holiday. Okay?
Christmas.
But that's our culture.
Do
And so what about gift giving?
tiền để mua quà.
In America, how do we do
Là
it?
Christmas là mừng
When I was younger, you would go to everyone's house
xong rồi sau
and you would
Christmas
bring
thì sẽ
gifts,
phải tự chi trả.
right? You would put the gifts under the tree. But they don't do that anymore. Now everything is Amazon.
Không có tiền thì thôi.
You just order it
Nó là một ngày
online,
lễ
and you
vui
ship
vẻ
it
mà
to
nếu như
whoever
mà
you
bắt
want to
buộc
ship it
hết
to.
vui vẻ rồi.
And then the people you're closest to, you visit them personally or they visit you. So in modern times, Christmas is not what it used to be in terms of bringing families together. Okay?
God thank you.
Hmm?
God thank you.
Thanksgiving. Oh yeah, we have Thanksgiving, but that's a whole other story. Thanksgiving is something. Thanksgiving is like a horror story for indigenous people. This is a horror story for us. So in terms of gift giving, going back to that, people give expensive items like iPhones, right? iPads.
As Christmas gifts?
Yes. Yes, and you're expected. If you give a cheap gift, if you give a cheap gift, people will talk bad about you. You cannot give cheap gifts.
Oh,
You cannot give cheap gifts. You have to give Nike, you have to give name brand gifts. You can give laptops, right? So people go in
Không hề mang một
huge
tinh
debt
thần ngày lễ
during
thế nào.
Christmas every year. Okay? A lot of stress on Christmas. And it's presented as a religious holiday, the day that Jesus was born, and you're worshiping Jesus, right? But in point of fact, it's commercial now. As I mentioned, that it was brought into its present form by the Coca-Cola Company
it was commercial.
in the 1800s so that they could sell more Coca-Cola. Okay? People tend to go to church on Christmas Eve in the West. And then on Christmas Day, they stay home with their family. And if they're young, let's say under 40, Christmas evening they go to the club. They go to the nightclub and party, right? And the next day you take it easy and you prepare for what? New Year's Eve. You prepare for New Year's Eve. So what do we do on New Year's Eve?
Party again.
Party.
Party again.
And in America, you have to buy the best liquor and the best beer. You cannot have a party for your friends and have cheap alcohol. They'll laugh at you. Maybe they'll even leave. So you have to have the top shelf everything. If you have a party at home. If you go to the club, it's very expensive. Extremely expensive. But when you're young, let's say under 35, you go to the club and you spend lots of money. And you have fun, you really celebrate on New Year's Eve. New Year's Day, you don't do anything. So you did all of your partying, you brought the New Year in at the club. You brought the New Year in.
5 minutes.
Only 5 minutes.
5 minutes, right? It's still
Oh, 5
okay.
minutes, okay. So anyway, so on New Year's, we spend New Year's with our girlfriend or our wife. If we have none, we spend it with our siblings. If we don't have siblings, we